So people always ask me, Adam, how do I stay motivated? And chances are, if you're asking that question, you're probably suffering from procrastination. I love what my mentor once said when she taught me that there's no such thing as procrastination, only low priorities. The reality is there's certain things in your life that you don't have to get motivated for. For example, your favorite football team or your favorite sporting event. If it's something you really desire, your favorite hobby, fishing, right? You could take somebody totally not motivated and then tell them, hey, let's go do something you really enjoy. Let's go fishing. And all of a sudden they're jumping up, they're grabbing their tackle box, they got a smile on their face, their shoulders go back, their heads, they're walking straight up and tall. Well, why is that? We're gonna talk about the pleasure-pain imbalance that once you understand this, you guys, it's a big time game changer. But let's start with one of the most important factors of staying motivated. There's 4 things. Number 1, it's what you're visualizing in your brain. What you visualize, everything you see in your brain has a physiological consequence. So visualizing high energy, something exciting, visualizing the end result. Maybe the task is hard, right? Well, I've got to make these phone calls and I really don't want to make these phone calls. Maybe that's a hard thing, but what's the end result? What's that going to give you? What's the payoff? You need a why and you also need a who. You need a why that makes you cry, as they say. It's that emotional why, but you also need a who. Somebody you're willing to fight for, or more importantly, love for. So what is your vision? That's number 1. Number 2 is the words that you speak. So often people wonder why they're in such a low energy state when they're saying low energy words. So finding those high energy words that you can tune into and say with greater effectiveness and more frequency can definitely raise your energy. The third thing is your physiology. That's your breath and your body posture. It's really hard to have motivation and have high energy when we're walking around with our head down, right? And we're low energy. There has been study after study that has shown that just shifting your shoulders back, walking straight up and down, can actually put you in a better state, a better mood. So that was all tip number 1. All right, let's go on to tip number 2. And this is the pleasure-pain imbalance. You got to understand something about the human brain. It's always going to avoid pain at all costs. It's designed for that. The human brain is designed to take the path of least resistance. You know, my mentor once shared with me, the moment you stop resisting the struggle in your life is the moment life starts to get a bit easier. You see, so often we avoid the things that are hard. We avoid working out. We avoid asking that person on a date. We're constantly trying to avoid pain. And often that pain is perceived as so big in the brain that we end up not taking action. So let's say you're wanting to work out. Well, immediately your mind's gonna go back to all the past memories of working out and all the times it was really painful and it was hard. And the body is going to do a quick assessment. The brain's gonna do a quick assessment. So think of a scale and it's gonna go, okay, well, here's the pain. You know, it's way up here, and here's the pleasure, it's way down here. So once there's that imbalance, the brain goes, nah, I'm not doing that. So the idea is you've got to create so much pain that it's way more painful not to do it than to just do it. Let me give you an example. If I said to you, if you don't work out today, we have to chop off your left arm. All the way from here down, it's gone today. Would you work out? Or what if I said to you, if I give you $1 million today, just for working out, would you work out today? And everybody would say, well, yeah, of course I would, right? And why is that? Why is it that we could take something that we've been putting off for years, but once you shift the pleasure, pain, and balance and give you a massive reward or a massive pain for not doing what you want to do, things shift and people take action very, very quickly. Now, here's something to understand. Pain will motivate people to action 10 to 1 over pleasure. Now, some people are motivated by pleasure, and that's okay. If that's you, great, use a massive reward for that. But if you're like 90% of the human population, you're more motivated by the pain than you are pleasure. This is why politicians use fear so much. This is why they might not tout a great economy as much as they would, here's what's going to happen and the fear that's going to happen if you elect my opponent. Why? That motivates people to action 10-1 over pleasure. It's why most news is negative. 90% of the news is negative. Why? Because it motivates people to click. It motivates people to watch. It motivates people to take action. So here's an idea. What I like to do is ask myself a simple question. What's an amount of money that wouldn't make you destitute, but if you lost it, it would really sting? How much money would that be for you? And you could write that in the comments section. All right, and the next thing I want you to type in the comments section is, what would be your least favorite charity? That, man, if I had to give this money away to this charity, that would be really, really painful. On top of all the money that I'd be losing, what would that be? The next thing is you need an accountability partner. You need a third party, an unbiased party that can be like the referee, that can say, okay, did you do your goals or did you not? And if you didn't, they have that in an escrow account, or maybe they're holding on to that money for you, and they can take it away and give it to the charity, or they give it back to you once you've accomplished that goal. We've seen time and time again that when people set this up, they take action. So if you're struggling with taking action with something, struggling with making those phone calls, struggling with your motivation, once you shift that pain, pleasure, and balance within the brain, action becomes very, very easy. You got to understand that if there's too much pain there that you've associated with the past with this behavior you're trying to achieve, or this action you want to act upon, then the mind will simply not do it. All right, let's go to number 3. Number 3 is the fun one, and that's celebrate your victories, no matter how small. I find all too often when people start wanting to lose weight or do something, they start with a way too big of a goal. And they expect way too much of themselves, way too fast. They even set unrealistic expectations. So I believe in setting 1% improvement goals. Can you improve by 1% today? Can you improve by 1% on your diet? Can you improve 1% with your relationships? Who can't improve by 1% in a day, right? That's easy. And then when you do improve by your 1%, maybe you're trying to make 100 layups and you go for 101 today. All right, that's a 1% improvement. Take time to acknowledge that you succeeded. Okay, that is a success. You're moving in the right direction. And those small incremental improvements, have you ever stopped and thought about a 1% improvement in a week is 7%. In 1 week, 1% a day is 7%. It's 30% in a month and 365% in a year. At that point, it makes a massive difference. So I hope these 3 steps have been helpful. So remember your vision, your words, your body posture, your breathing. Remember your pleasure, pain, and balance, and celebrate those 1% improvements. Until next time, bye-bye.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you found value and you would like to hear more of what these coaches are saying each and every week, please subscribe to our channel so that you can continue to get these episodes. We hope you have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.